Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your mid-March 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Okay, I'll do this one. All right, so what do we have here? The heart of the matter is the Ace of Swords. I always think of, I know that this probably isn't really the case, but what I always see is because the hand is coming out and I see that water, I think of like a swamp, and I think of that green stuff on the right side as being like algae. And I know that it's not, but I always see it like that. I always see it like, the sword of truth cutting through the illusion, and that the algae represents the illusion, even though that looks like almost like a wreath or something, like something, it's like a heart that is created by those two arches or whatever you want to call them on top. But anyway, this to me symbolizes the person who is seeing things as they truly are. And this to me can occur when a person has been operating under some kind of illusion. Maybe somebody has been outright lying to you and now you're admitting to yourself, or something has come about that has forced that realization. We just had a full moon in Virgo, and this for you is the fourth house of home and family, Gemini. So there may have been something earlier, maybe a little bit of drama around the family of origin and your childhood, and you realize certain things that you maybe that you were like operating under a false premise about, and it's like, oh wow, so that's why that happened. Okay, and then it's like putting two and two together. But by the same token, being a little bit shocked because maybe things were not as they seemed, you know what I mean? And you just thought that life was operating a certain way, and it's like, whoa, I didn't realize this all this time. I've been kind of thinking one thing and it's been another. In the past position, we have the Star card, and actually this card could be someone, a loved one who has crossed over, that is giving you some kind of message that they are still with you, they're still around. And this could be part of all of this if it's like a family member, because sometimes, when we are dealing with somebody, especially if they have passed, we get a different impression about them later, because sometimes other people, badmouth family members, and the people who sometimes get the most crap are the people who are the different ones, the people that are not going along with the program, and they can be treated like they're the enemy, right? So realizing that and seeing how maybe those people were treated unfairly, or that person. And this would be like kind of the past position. So I'm thinking about that kind of thing. But also, in general, a sense of healing. If you've broken up with someone, for instance, and or they broke up with you, and you were feeling like life sucked for a while, and now you're seeing the truth of the situation, and you could be realizing, wow, you know what, that was not a good situation for me, and so I need to like let it go, and I just need to move on. Well, sometimes it's not that easy to move on because we're attached to what is happening, but we're always able to kind of if we allow ourselves, we're able to transcend that when we're ready to let go of the story of whatever that thing is. And so there's like kind of a healing and a hopeful quality to this spread. And the higher message is the Four of Wands. So, if this was a situation where you were living with somebody or married and now you're not, or you thought you were going to be married to this person, you thought you were going to move in with this person and it didn't work out, remember that whenever you enter your home, that you can always feel the sense of peace. You would not have been able to do so if um, the relationship was allowed to continue as it was. You might have broken up with someone, and that could be why the Ace of Swords is there, because you realize they were cheating, they were lying about something. And even though you may feel this sense of, um, I don't know, sadness or, feeling like something was lost, you realize that you have kept your peace of mind, and that's the important thing, because that the number 4 is about structure. Okay, so we're talking about a domestic structure. The wands is fire, which is passion, which is a sense of you know joy. If you do not have passion in your life, uh, and you don't have this sanctuary where you can walk in and feel a sense of peace, if you feel tension in your home because you're with someone who you're just like not vibing with, that is not good. You're better off being alone. And it's hard for people to really grasp that until they are put in that position, and then they're like, wow, I need to get out of this situation. It's not, I don't know why anybody would tolerate that if they didn't have to. What crosses you is the Eight of Pentacles. Um, Sometimes, and this is especially, I would say, true if your Venus is either in Cancer or Taurus, you may be tempted, Gemini, to be, or maybe even your Mars, you may be one of those people who feels like, if I try harder, I can make this work. And you're not realizing that you're going, me, me, me. This is on your end of things, but you're not really tuning into the other person's um, what they are um, feeling about that situation. So that is something that you have to really realize, is that it can't be one-sided. Whatever it is that you want, that other person has to want. It can't be just like you forcing the issue. And that, so I see that Eight of Pentacles sometimes as codependency, or like, especially with Mars in Taurus, like forcing the hand of the universe, like feeling like if you just like will be willful and will something, that it's going to lend itself to something really happening. What is coming in is the Ace of Wands, and I see this as the new moon in Aries, which is on the 21st of March. And this is a time of new beginnings on steroids, in the sense that this is the time of the astrological new year, which happens the day before this. And then there's going to be a solar eclipse in Aries in in April. And so for Gemini, this is going, the Aries energy is in your 11th house of hopes and wishes. You, I would say, like, if this was an Abraham Hicks video, we would say launching rockets of desire. Because that is when you have hopes and wishes, you are trying to make something happen. Um, there is this feeling of like the arrow shooting at the target. They may not manifest in things happening instantaneously, but you are really directing your life force into a particular area. And so this is a friendly angle to you with Aries, and there's a lot of stuff happening in Aries, including Jupiter. So you have a lot to be grateful for, Gemini, and to be hopeful for. If you feel like you're just waking up to something in your life, and also let me finish my sentence. If you feel like you kind of like said, how did I not know this before? And this could be anything. A lot of people are having spiritual awakenings right now where they're seeing the world. It's like stepping out of the matrix, stepping out of the Maya, the worldly illusion, and seeing life as it really is. It doesn't have to be like a cheating spouse or anything like that. It could just be life itself, that you're seeing things in a whole new way. It can be very daunting because that gives you more responsibility of how do you handle this information, because sometimes it can feel very sad or triggering in some way, because it may be hard to deal with in certain cases, some of the truths that are presenting themselves. And with the Ace of Wands, it's about saying, I'm starting. Now this is my time to do what makes me happy and follow my bliss, follow my passions in life. The Ace is like the launching, okay? And that's what that 11th house is, kind of what it is. What is your heart's desire? And no longer allowing yourself to be stuck in that paradigm of, sacrificing your happiness for some outer thing that you've been told that's what you should do. That you feel like, you've paid your dues and now it's time for you to enjoy your life. But also, the Seven of Wands is about standing your ground. And sometimes this means that other people are not going to understand where you're at. What is going on with you that is making you like this? I think, what it could be is because Pluto is still in your 8th house. It's clearing those cobwebs of the shadow self. Pluto is going into a new sign this month on the 23rd of March. But it is going to go back into Capricorn. So you still are going to have until 2024, I think it's January of 2024, you're still going to have some vestiges of what that house represents, that 8th house, which is the shadow self. And for Gemini, this is particularly challenging because this is not necessarily something as an air sign that you really want to dive deep into. But it is a necessary thing. And likewise, you have your own dreams that other people cannot dictate. And so to me, it's the Seven of Wands is fighting for your right to selfhood and not needing to necessarily make a case for it, explain it away. And so, anyway, that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that this resonated in some way. If you would like a private reading, I'm primarily an astrologer. I have some package deals, which are extended um, astrological readings with natal chart analysis and transits involved for a special price. And I also have one with the tarot, and I have standalone readings. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at rainamoonastrology.com. Thank you for listening or watching all of the above. Bye.